Magandang araw po. Ngayon po ay bisperas ng bagong taon at bukas panibagong kinabukasan ng ating haharapin.
Yes, and we survive Christmas Day celebrations under new normal. Kaya't kayang-kaya natin yan sa pagsalubong natin ng 2021.
Yes, and we can still do our pampaswerte traditions and rituals, including dishes na nagpapaswerte sa atin. I brought fish because they say that the scales of the fish means money or coins or money. I thought you brought a big lechon.
Wow, ikaw ba nagluto niyan, Kay?
Kayo
Nilagay mo naman sa parang ang sarap eh. Oh.
Sarap eh.
Pork daw, fish means money, the scale. More money.
Yung request mo nga sa akin na pork kasi
sabi
sabi
nila
mo.
yung big chunk of pork daw means prosperity.
So, bukod sa isang malaking baboy, parang medyo naliitan ako eh. So, ang inano namin is yung isang buong lechong baka.
Saan na?
Kaso hindi maiakyat dito. So what I prepared some spaghetti, we prepared some noodles kasi normally in our tradition noodles means long life. Nakuha natin 'yon from the Chinese, di ba? So our dishes would normally have noodles.
Is that even fair from lechon baka to spaghetti? Is that even fair?
Hindi, yung lechon baka nasa baba.
Ako naman, I brought biko. Kasi sticky rice is believed to strengthen relationship and it improves relationship to the family.
Okay.
So,
Wait. Ano yan?
may kutsara ka na talaga.
Kakain na siya.
Di ba kakain tayo?
We still have work to do, dear.
Yes. Mamaya.
So today we will be talking to our special guest, Hans Cacdac, who is the OWWA administrator, and likewise, Director Roel Martin. And we will be talking to them about reintegration of our OFWs.
Also joining us today is an OFW who has decided to stay here in the Philippines for good. And he will be consulting OWWA of what assistance he could avail. And kaya meron na tayong live consultation in our show.
And later on, the whole PASEI group or PASEI directors will be joining us to wave goodbye to 2020 and welcome 2021. With them, we will continue our traditions.
Ano yan? Mamaya na yan. Magtrabaho muna tayo.
Sige po, tatabi ko muna to. Okay, marami pong pulis dito. Pero sabi nga nila, we are working in the new year and whatever you're doing in the new year will continue for the for the coming year. So, if we are working in the new year, it's good for everyone. So, lahat po na nagtatrabaho ngayong bisperas ng bagong taon, keep up the good work. So, mamaya na muna po ang medianoche. Hashtag muna, work pa more. Ito po ang inyong kaisa.
Ka-partner.
At kapasay. At ito ang
Dayo Buhay OFW.
Dayo Buhay OFW would like to thank
Welcome back to Dayo Buhay OFW. Alam niyo po, isa sa mga adhikain nitong ating palatuntunan is to promote the welfare and the protection of our overseas Filipino workers. And there is no one better to talk to us about that than, of course, the head honcho and the director of the Overseas Workers Welfare Administration. Kasama po natin siya ngayon, si Administrator Hans Cacdac. Welcome po, sir.
Sige, magandang araw sa iyo, Jade, sa inyong mga tagapakinig, tagapanood. Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Salamat po.
At kasama rin po natin ang Director ng National Center for Reintegration of OFW, si Director Roel Martin.
Thank you po, Sir Jay. Magandang araw.
So, admin, na-miss ko na kayo. Matagal na tayong hindi nakakapag-usap.
Oo, tagal na,
Ano po, it must be a very very busy time for you. I mean, napapansin ko po pag nag-uusap tayo, especially during this pandemic, parang hindi na kayo natutulog, sir.
Well, meron tayo kasing mga frontline work sa ngayon since nagsimula ang taon. Actually, of course, heightened by the COVID pandemic. It's been quite a rough year in terms of marami talagang kailangan tulungan. Hindi pa nga nagsisimula ang taon noong December 29, yung merong mga nasagasaan sa Lucky Plaza ng Singapore. Mga 4 silang nasawi doon ng mga OFWs na nakaupo lang sa bangketa sa Lucky Plaza at yun nga, merong wayward na sasakyan na talagang sinagasaan sila, no? 7 silang na involved, 4 ang nasawi, 3 nasaktan ng malubha. And since that time, it's been really quite a roller coaster ride for the OWWA family. Dumaan yung Villavende case sa Kuwait, another sensational case na nasawi, na pinatay, no, na kababayan natin na OFW kasambahay doon. Yung pagkakahidwaan sa Iran at sa Iraq, na kung saan ay maraming usapin noon na magkakaroon ng pangatlong digmaang pandaigdig noong January. Muntik nang nag-mass repatriation sa gitnang silangan. And then yung Taal Volcano, kung saan maraming OFW families na apektuhan at namahagi tayo ng calamity assistance. And then of course yung pandemya. Noong mga February pa lang, nagsimula na talaga ang epekto ng pandemya kasi meron ng mga napauwi ng cruise ships at that time, as you know, Jay. And of course, March 14, nung March 15, nung itinalaga ni Pangulong Duterte yung enhanced community quarantine. And since then, we've been in one form of a lockdown. Ngayon, GCQ tayo. And nagkaroon ng mandatory quarantine, mandatory swabbing ng OFWs, transport ng mga OFWs to their home regions na tumatayang 360,000 as of today ang napauwi na sa kanilang mga home regions na return OFWs. But that's an interagency effort. DFA, DOLE, OWWA, DOTR, DND, DILG, DOH. So it's been quite an effort, quite an experience for the OWWA, DOLE, OWWA family, our frontliners serving around 8 to 10,000 OFWs a day, returning OFWs.
Wow.
And then of course yung social benefit programs natin, yung livelihood, yung financial assistance, yung DOLE ACA program ni Sec Bello, 10,000 pesos financial assistance for every returning displaced worker. And yung livelihood na individual and group livelihood, kaya't mabuti nandito si Roel na siyang in charge sa National Reintegration Center for OFWs. And then nandito din yung ating calamity assistance dahil nagdaan yung mga bagyo. We had a series of typhoons about a month ago na sa ngayon namamahagi na tayo ng calamity assistance para sa mga nasalantang OFW families. And then yung scholarships. College level dependents are now beneficiaries of returning displaced OFWs, are now beneficiaries of the Tabang OFW program, a 30,000 peso one-off grant, courtesy of DOLE, OWWA, CHED, and the Office of Senator Bongo. So that in a nutshell are the things that we have been doing. Of course, there's a lot more in terms of the challenge, the day-to-day challenges and experiences that we encounter.
Actually, alam niyo po, being a part of the recruitment industry, we would like to, and on behalf of the industry, we would like to thank you and say kudos and really for the superhuman effort that you have done this year. But as we approach the following year, sabi nyo nga po, merong mga OFWs na displace, merong mga OFWs na umuwi, may mga OFWs na i-reintegrate. I know you mentioned some of it, but can you mention, as we face the new year, ano po, with a little bit of hope and with a little bit of sunshine, ano po yung mga specific programs ng OFW ng OWWA that are designed for OFWs and their families pagdating po sa assistance?
Well, nabanggit ko na yung bulto, no, yung which essentially would be yung financial assistance, 10,000 pesos financial assistance for returning displaced workers ng the DOLE ACAP program as we call it. And then nandiyan dyan yung scholarship assistance, yung Tabang OFW. Tabang means help in the Bisaya dialect. So yung programa na yan is a 30,000 peso financial aid grant for OFW dependents who are in the collegiate level. OFW dependents of OFWs who returned and were displaced due to the COVID crisis. And then yung livelihood packages natin, grants ito for individual and group livelihood endeavors. Yung tulong puso program na tinatawag yung for group livelihood, and yung Balik Pilipinas Balik Hanap Buhay program for individual micro livelihood grants. 20,000 pesos yung Balik Pilipinas Balik Hanap Buhay individual grant, and yung group livelihood is a 100,000 to 1 million peso group livelihood grant. So yung of course meron tayong pa rin yung loan facility natin in partnership with Land Bank, yung Enterprise Development Loan Program. Pero dito kailangan ng collateral. So itong loan facility natin is a 100,000 to 2 million peso loan facility, loan window in partnership with the Land Bank. And of course, yung ating calamity assistance that I had mentioned, we give 3,000 pesos to affected OFW families ng typhoons. Itong nagdaan na Rolly, Quinta, and Ulysses. Sa ngayon ay namamahagi na tayo sa Bicol, sa Region 2, Isabela, Cagayan, Rodriguez, Rizal, sa Marikina, at saka sa Quezon, and Bulacan. Yan ang mga areas na naapektuhan ng huling mga nagdaang bagyo, yung mga nasalanta ng baha. So namamahagi tayo ngayon doon. And then of course yung returning human remains, yung mga nasawi na OFW sa kinasamaang palad, lalo na sa Saudi, kasi na-embodo na dumami yung kailangan iuwi. Gawa ng lockdown, hindi sila nauwi ng maagap. So for the first time in history, nagsagawa sa utos ni Pangulong Duterte, nagsagawa ng mass repatriation of human remains. Mga 300 caskets ang naiuwi natin in a span of around 2 months. Nearly 2 months. Kaya't nagkaroon tayo ng massive repatriation effort dito, kasi ang banta dyan ay malilibing sila sa Saudi, lalo na yung COVID cases, nalilibing sila doon. Kaya to avoid that, nagkaroon ng mass repatriation of human remains. Sinasagot natin ng transport, sinasagot natin ng cremation and funeral assistance sa mga nanunumbalik. Kanina merong nagtanong si Ramil, Integra Region 2, meron siyang special child. So tutulungan natin yung anak mo, Ramil, huwag kang mag-alala. And meron na rin tayong mga special education grants na naibigay sa mga OFWs na may mga children requiring special education. So tutulong tayo dyan, Ramil, OFW Ramil from Cagayan, tama ba? From Cagayan. And tama-tama, taga doon din si Director Roel ng National Reintegration Center. So akmang-akma na kababayan ninyo si Sir Roel na tutulong sa inyo. Huwag kayong mag-alala, tutulong po ang OWWA sa inyong anak, sa inyo at sa inyong anak. So these are the things that we've been doing. I could take all day narrating all these programs, Jay. Maubusan tayo ng oras.
Maubusan po tayo ng oras. Well, you mentioned admin about the Dole AKAP program that has been implemented through OWWA. Can you discuss how has it been performing? Kamusta po yung take-up noon, and how has it been able to help a lot of Filipinos, and can we still avail?
So yes, we are going through the 4th tranche now, the Bayanihan 2 tranche. We've had 3 tranches already out of Bayanihan 1 and the GAA of 2020, the General Appropriations Act. So 3.5 billion na ang nagasto. So over mga 360,000 ang nakinabang dito sa programang ito, 360,000. And since you're very familiar, Jay, also with the sea-based sector, we're proud to say na mga 60%, maybe about 58%, of the beneficiaries in AKAP are sea-based workers. Many of them cruise ship workers who return. So 360,000, 3.5 billion. But as I said, we had already received the 4th tranche. It's a 2 billion additional 2 billion peso funding from Bayanihan 2. So tuloy-tuloy lang itong Dole AKAP program ni Secretary Bello at ang Dole.
3.5 billion with 2 billion still allotted for the next tranche. I mean, it's it's really heartwarming to feel the support from the Philippine government at this time for our OFWs. And even, sabi nyo nga, for our sea-based workers who 58% were the ones who availed of the AKAP program. Now, admin, medyo malihis po tayo. In November 5 of 2020, OWWA signed a memorandum of agreement with TESDA, with the Philippine Trade Training Center, and with Coca-Cola on the OFW reintegration through skills and entrepreneurship o OFW Rise. Ano po yung general na programa na yon? Ano po yung adhikain, and how does it go?
Essentially, it's an entrepreneurship training or seminar program, financial literacy, entrepreneurial skills and knowledge being imparted through this program in partnership with TESDA and Coke. So, yan ang aim niyan, lalo na yung mga returning women workers. Yan ang pangunahing target nitong programa na to. But of course, this program will cater to all returning OFWs, but with special mention or special preference to returning women workers. And we have been embarking on the trainings and seminars. We've been at it for maybe 3-4 years. See, Roel, we can impart more information on this. We've gone to Kuwait and Singapore and many areas in the Philippines where we have already conducted these seminars. And I'm proud to say that the other day, we were in 2 places. We were in Trece Materes and Tanza, Cavite. Kung saan we in partnership with Coke, we help 2 returning OFWs. We have 2 returning OFWs open sari-sari stores. And one is from Abu Dhabi and the other one, Roel, from Saudi. Tama?
Singapore.
Saan? Yung pangalawa, tiga Tanza. Singapore pala. Yung tiga Singapore, yung tiga Tanza. Tama, kasi nga nagdumaan siya sa entrepreneurial training sa Singapore. Yung isa is a sari-sari store. Yung isa, mas medyo local retail, community retail ang setup, pero hindi sari-sari store goods. Parang meron siyang crochet business.
Wow.
At nagpo-produce siya ng mga swimwear, mga headgear, mga hats, and then face mask. No? Mag-order nga ako ng mga face mask made out of parang crochet. So yung kanyang products are on sale online. So doon siya nagbebenta ng kanyang mga products, and some of them from Singapore, di ba? Singapore yung kanyang mga buyers. So ito yung punot dulo ng program that we have with Coke. If it's okay, Sir Jay, can I invite Roel to say something more about?
Of course po. Please.
Sige.
Yes, sir. This is a program that was implemented in 2017. We called it Women Reach Program. So basically catering to our distressed women OFWs. But we ventured into providing all other returning overseas Filipinos. Gusto mo natin talaga matrain ho sila. No? Kagaya po ng survey that we have conducted and I've mentioned, marami ho talagang gustong mag-business. And this is the needed intervention that we can provide to them, yung entrepreneurial training, of course, with component on financial literacy, financial awareness, para po kumpleto ho sila, para pag nag-business ho sila ay alam ho nila talaga kung kumikita po sila. No? At luckily, nagbigay po ng additional assistance ang Coke on OWWA part, ongoing po yung assessment and evaluation ng kanilang training. Just like what we have mentioned, they can likewise avail of our programs and services like livelihood, so dagdag kita or grant na may bibigay po sa ating mga OFWs. At pati po yung mga ibang programa ng yung financial assistance under the DOLE ACAP, dahil nawalan ho sila ng trabaho, ay po pwedeng maibigay in the following days sa ating mga returning overseas Filipinos, RJ.
Director Roel, naipasa ni admin sa inyo sandali. Meron lang akong isang tanong lang po. Ano po ang particular role ng OWWA dito po sa OFW Rise? Ano po ang role ng OWWA dito po sa partnership na ito?
Yes, sir. Since we have a database of returning overseas Filipinos, so basically we provide TESDA as well as COKE, the database, and we initially evaluate the skills needed by our returning overseas Filipinos. So tayo pong nagre-recommend kung anong intervention na training ang ikakandak po ng mga experts coming from COKE and TESDA. So nakikita ho natin para alam ho natin na ang training na binibigay ho sa kanila ay akma mismo doon sa passion, tsaka yung akma doon sa naging training po nila sa abroad, kung saan sila kikita, na i-emphasize po natin na yun talaga ang gustong tahakin ng ating mga overseas Filipinos, Sir Jay.
Maraming salamat po, Director Roel. Admin, mabalik po ako sa inyo. One of the biggest parts of our reintegration program that you talked about was about yung psychosocial component. I mean, ano po ba ang ginagawa ng OWWA with regards to this? Medyo, very complicated yung word na psychosocial.
Meron tayong mga efforts ngayon, lalo na dito sa ating mga OFWs na kadarating pa lamang, na minomonitor natin yung kanilang psychosocial well-being. We have partnered with the National Center for Mental Health, and we have about 20 nurses doing the rounds sa mga hotel quarantine facilities kung nandoon sila, nandoon sila. So, monitoring their well-being. Yung mga nurses and midwives natin, meron yan silang tablets. And they enter the information that they gather from the patients that they encounter in the hotel quarantine facilities. And we take a look at the information that they entered, in the sense that we monitor the activities of our roving nurses. And then kapag merong kailangan ng intervention ng National Center for Mental Health, like the doctors of the National Center for Mental Health, we refer the matter to them, and then they come over. They visit the hotel facilities as well, the hotel quarantine facilities. But also, over and above the COVID assistance, pandemic assistance to those who are returning, we also have a psychosocial, should I say, partnership with the UGAT Foundation in Ateneo de Manila University. And UGAT Foundation has psychosocial counselors. And we also have some tie-ups with some other entities, private health clinics, mental health clinics, and such. Para makatulong sila, nagre-refer din sila ng psychosocial counselors nila na makatulong sa mga OFWs. Hindi lamang yung naka-quarantine, kundi yung mga OFWs na nakauwi na meron pa rin kailangan na tulong in terms of moving on from any distress situation that they came across abroad. So yan yung mga psychosocial efforts natin. And of course, meron din tayong mga in partnership with Apollo naman. Meron din tayong mga webinars, mga video conferencing events kung saan meron din mga health and well-being, wellness programs or activities na hinahandog sa mga OFWs even while they are on site. And here in the Philippines, we've asked DA Mocha Uson to help us launch a series of webinars. So this is for the future, series of webinars on mental health issues, among others, that relate to OWWA programs, OWWA social services. So meron tayong ongoing effort na dyan, and I'm happy to note na we've successfully monitored the situation of many returned OFWs already that need psychosocial assistance.
Thank you po, Admin Hans. We know that you are a very busy man with a gargantuan task ahead of you, and we really, really salute you. Sir, as we face 2021, can we bother you and ask for a message for our OFWs who are still abroad and who are still here from the OWWA administrator po.
I think the bottom line of all these efforts that we're doing is essentially to give a message of not just assistance but of hope, that OFWs and OFW families can always rely on the government, on OWWA, in terms of providing assistance, not just on hand, but in the context of a crisis, assistance to help them, help all of us move on from this crisis. One thing that we really treasure, or uh, should I say, take pride in all throughout this pandemic is having had the chance to serve person to person, almost creating friendships, meaningful friendships with returning OFWs in order to provide them with hope and assistance. And with our programs, we assure our dear OFWs and OFW families that we will keep on. We will not stop until we have served the very last OFW in need, not just during this pandemic, but in terms of all throughout the overseas employment experience of our dear OFW. So have faith and patience as well. Marami po tayong talagang mga tinutulungan ngayon. So we were thankful for the patience of many OFWs who maybe would have to call or email once or twice to follow up or to remind us. Talagang napakarami lang talaga ng kailangan tulungan ngayon. Pasensya po kayo. But let's just keep in touch always. 1348 ang ating hotline. We're on Facebook and Twitter. Please touch base with us. And let's just keep on praying for each other. That's the best way. So we keep ourselves united. We keep ourselves together. We keep ourselves helpful of one another all throughout this crisis. So thank you, Jay, and thank you, Ms. Raquel of PASEI and the PASEI family for this wondrous opportunity.
Maraming salamat po, Administrator Hans Cacdac of the Overseas Workers Welfare Administration. In behalf of the industry and on behalf of the workers that we deploy, sir, saludo po kami sa inyo at maraming salamat po for all your efforts. Please stay healthy and we're praying for you, for your strength, for continued strength and success. Tandaan niyo po, mga kaibigan, ang hotline po ng OWWA 1348 at po please stay connected with them on their Facebook and their Twitter. Huwag po kayong aalis. We will continue our discussion with Director Roel Martin of the NRCO at meron po tayong live consultation with an OFW. Pagbalik po ng ating show, huwag po kayong aalis. Ito po ang Dayo Buhay OFW.
Dayo Buhay OFW would like to thank
Welcome back to Dayo Buhay OFW. Earlier, we had a discussion with OWWA Administrator Hans Cacdac, and he started discussing about the reintegration program for our homecoming OFWs, and we'd learn more about that.
Yes, but before that, let us talk to an OFW who is already spending time with his family in Tuguegarao, and he has already decided to stay here in the Philippines for good. So let us welcome Mr. Ramil Gomogda, or Kois Ramil. Hi, Kois Ramil. Good afternoon.
Hello po, magandang hapon po Ma'am Joanne, Ma'am Kay. Maraming salamat po sa inyong pag-imbita sa akin bilang kabahagi po ng inyong programang Philippine Association of Service Exporters Incorporation. Ayun po.
Thank you. Napaka-cool naman ni Kois Ramil. Kois Ramil, how long have you been working in Saudi Arabia?
Nag-start po ako ng magtrabaho sa Saudi Arabia since 2007. Ayan. First company ko po yon, and then nag-exit po ako. Pangalawa ko pong company is nag-start po ako doon 2012 bilang IT po sa hospital.
So, Ravil, I heard that you were doing vlogs. One of your vlogs was entitled Paalam Saudi. Kwento mo naman, paano ka nag-start mag-vlog, and at the same time, meron kang vlog that you took nung paalis ka na, pauwi ka na sa Philippines, naiyak ka daw ng iyak. Kwento mo naman, anong nangyari?
Actually po, sa tagal ko pong pagtatrabaho sa Saudi Arabia, syempre napamahal na po ako sa aking trabaho. At syempre yung mga nakilala ko mga tao doon, napamahal na po sila sa akin, napalapit na po sa akin. When nag-start po ako nag-vlog, year 2018, nung sinalubong ko po yung wife ko sa airport. Ayun. So, doon po nagsimula yung pagbablog ko. Hanggang sa ngayon po, tuloy-tuloy pa rin po ang aking pagbablog. So, ayun po, ma'am.
I see. So, hindi pala talaga pang forever ang pagiging OFW. Kois Ramil, paano mo pinaghahandaan itong desisyon mo na magstay na dito sa Pilipinas for good?
Actually po, matagal ko na po talaga na umuwi ng Pilipinas dahil nga po nandito po ang aking pamilya. Ang wife ko, siya po siyang dating OFW din. And then, nandito po yung mga anak ko, 2 na po yung anak ko. Hanggang sa nag-decide na po kami na umuwi ako dito ng Pilipinas para makasama ko po ang aking 2 kong anak. Kasi lumalaki na po sila na malayo po ako sa kanila. So, bilang tatay, bilang magulang po nila, gusto ko po sila na masubaybayan, maturuan.
Yeah, that's nice. Ano naman yung mga challenges that you faced nung nakabalik ka na sa Pilipinas at naging homecoming OFW ka na? It's different because when you came back here, wala ka kaagad work, di ba?
Actually po, napakalaking challenge po itong yung pag-uwi ko sa Pilipinas. Siyempre, iba po yung sitwasyon ko, iba po yung pamumuhay ko dito na wala po akong trabaho. Bali, ang ginawa ko po, nung nagkaroon po ng bagyo at nagkaroon po ng baha dito sa Tugigaraw, ay nagsimula po kaming nag-open ng small business po. Tuwing madaling araw po ay gumigising kaming 2 mag-asawa upang magtinda ng kape, magtinda ng lugaw. So yun po yung hanap buhay po namin dito sa Tugigaraw.
So that's good, Ramil, ha? And to assist you to get back on your feet, coming back to the Philippines, we invited one of OWWA's directors, and you can ask questions to him, and we will help you go through your questioning with him. Let us please welcome OWWA Director of National Reintegration Center for OFWs, Director Roel Martin. Good afternoon.
Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Ramil, at sa lahat po ng nakikinig po ngayon.
Yes. So, Ramil, go ahead. You have your question for Director Roel?
Sir Roel, magandang hapon po sa iyo. Ako nga pala si Ramil Gomogda. Nais ko pong malaman sa inyo, sir, na ano po bang maitutulong nyo sa akin bilang OFW po? Kasi alam niyo naman po, bilang OFW, wala pa kaming hindi ako sanay sa pagbi-business. Gusto ko pong ipagpapatuloy yung pagbi-business habang nandito po ako sa Pilipinas. At para na rin po matulungan po ang aking pamilya. So bilang tatay po kasi nag-iisip din po ako na paano ko po kaya masustentuhan ang aking mga anak dahil ang aking mga anak po ay 5 years old and then 2 years old.
Mga bata pa sila, no? Sige,
Mga
Ramil.
bata pa po. Mga gagatasin pa po.
Sige. Okay, Ramil, magandang tanong yan. At yung mga tanong na ito yung mga talagang tinatanong ng mga returning overseas Filipinos. And I just would want to add, as of current date, we have monitored around close to 350,000 OFWs na umuwi na po dito sa ating bansa because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Ano? At yun nga, marami ang mga umuwi dito na hindi na paghandaan at kinakailangan po nila ang tulong na manggagaling sa ating gobyerno. I just want to give you an update or a survey that we have conducted at around 76% ng mga uming OFWs ay gustong magtayo ng kani-kanilang mga business na kagaya mo. Maganda yung outlook in life, kagaya ng sinabi kanina, because alam mo kung anong gagawin mo. At meron ho tayong mga reintegration officers that can help you in achieving your goals or programs like in livelihood, employment facilitation, free trainings, po pwede nating ibigay ho sa inyo. Meron po tayong sa livelihood, tama, gusto mong magkaroon ng sariling negosyo, meron ho tayong pwedeng ibigay ho sa inyo. Unang-una, kailangan mo nating mag-training. So, entrep training ang tawag dito, saka financial awareness seminar. Mabilis lang ito at libre naman. Tapos, pag natapos yung training, ay ipaprocess na po, depende sa qualification, sa status nyo. Kung kayo po ay active or inactive member ng OWWA, ay may karampatang benepisyo, meaning financial assistance. Hindi ito utang, kundi libre na ibibigay sa inyo, ranging from 5,000 up to a maximum of 20,000 pesos para maibigay sa iyo para makapagsimula ka ng inyong negosyo. So po pwede yon. Meron tayo, kung gusto ding magtrabaho, tinitingnan ho natin yung existing skills sets mo po ninyo, anong naging trabaho ninyo doon sa Saudi para i-link ho natin or i-match natin siya doon sa available employment opportunities, lalong-lalo niya dyan sa Region 2, particularly sa Tugigaraw. Kung nasaan ka, we have partner government agencies, LGUs, yung pesos po natin, we can tap them to look for employment opportunities kung sakasakaling gusto mo. Pero maganda dahil nasimulan mo na yung pagnenegosyo dahil ito yung focus po natin, gawa ng OFWs na mismo ang nagsasabi na gustong magtayo ng business at andun po yung OWWA, NRCO, National Reintegration Center for OFWs na mag-a-assist po sa inyo.
Sir Roel, yung aking wife po is OFW noong 2019.
Okay. Yes, Ramil, kahit siya po pwedeng mag-apply. So pareho kayo na po pwedeng mag-apply sa mga programs and services that we offer to our returning overseas Filipinos. So po pwede ho kayo, marami pang programa na simulan lang natin sa livelihood. Ang entrepreneurial training na napaka-importante para hindi tayo may guide or giya tayo sa pagnenegosyo ay ibibigay din ho natin sa inyo. Kasama natin ang DTI ho dito. Meron ho tayong programa na binibigay, ongoing yung training and services na binibigay sa ating mga returning overseas Filipinos. At ibibigay ko sa iyo yung contact number or details ng ating reintegration officer dyan sa Region 2, particularly sa Tugigaraw kasi andyan yung opisina ng OWWA. Nasa government center sila dyan sa OWWA at ma-contact either ikaw ang unang tumawag or tatawagan ka para mag-guide ka kung ano yung mga kailangan mong isubmit na requirements para masimulan na yung pagbibigay sa iyo ng livelihood grant. Ramil.
All right. So, Director Roel, I just have a question. Can you expound, please, on the Balik Pinas or the Balik Hanap Buhay program of OWWA?
Yes, ma'am. This is a livelihood grant. Balik Pinay, Balik Hanap Buhay, or the Balik Pinas, Balik Hanap Buhay is a livelihood grant being given to our distressed returning overseas Filipinos. They are provided with entrep training, including financial awareness seminar, before they will be given a grant depending on the status of their membership. So, depende ho kung sila ay inactive or active OWWA member, or kahit ho yung mga undocumented or irregular workers are being provided with livelihood opportunities. So, nakikita ho natin ano ang pinakamabilis na pagbigay ng ayuda at ay ang pagnenegosyo. Kaya dapat makita ho natin kung anong passion or interest ng ating mga OFWs para yun po yung in-nurture natin. Ano? I just would want to emphasize that this is not a loan. So basically, this is a grant para hindi na mahirapan ang ating OFWs at magsasubmit lang sila ng mga basic requirements kagaya ng proof na sila po ay OFW. So basically, this is a passport. At siyempre, kailangan po dumating na po sila dito. So yung stamp passport is enough. And basically, the business proposal or the business plan. In crafting the business plan, yung paggagawa ng business plan, assistance will be provided to our OFWs by our regional welfare office in every regions, meaning in the 17 regions that we have reintegration officers that will assist them in making their own project proposals so that this will be their guide in availing of the grant. So ranging from the 5,000 pesos up to a maximum of 20,000 pesos. This is individual loan. I mean individual livelihood grant po. That is the Balik Pinas, Balikanap Buhay.
So Director Roel, reintegration starts even when the OFWs are overseas, no? So we call that reintegration preparedness on site, and also there is what you call in-country reintegration. What are these specifically?
Yes, ma'am. That is partly correct. But for now, we emphasize reintegration should start at the moment our OFW decide to become an OFW. So even before going to the destination countries, before they leave, kailangan paghandaan, kailangan alam nila kung ilang taon sila magiging OFW para masimulan ho natin yung preparations. So every step of the way, meaning from their attendance to the PIDOS or the pre-departure orientation seminar, including the post-arrival, this is the reintegration on-site that is being conducted by our labor attaches or the POLO, Philippine Overseas Labor Offices. So they will be assisting our OFWs in the destination countries because these are the times that our OFWs are earning. So basically, we have to inculcate to them the plan, save, and invest. In the same manner, na pag-uwi ho nila dito, ay meron ho yung opisina ho natin, National Reintegration Center, na mag-guide naman ho sa kanila. For them, should they need to be assisted on opening their businesses, securing business permits, linking them with the concerned LGUs. So ginagawa po natin lahat doon, including, of course, just like what I've mentioned, the trainings, the free trainings that we provide to them. Para kompletos, recados na po, mag-i-implement na lang ang ating mga OFWs at yung kita po, kasama na din yung capital na bibigay ho natin, yung kita po ay mapapapunta sa kanyang pamilya po ng ating OFW.
Director Roel, how about yung mga long time na nasa Pilipinas? Ano yung program natin, reintegration program for those OFWs who've been in the Philippines for quite a long time or longer time than the usual na kakabalik lang?
Yes, ma'am. Most often than that, I would assume that they have already availed of our urgent reintegration programs like the livelihood. But should they need another intervention, we have employment opportunities. We can link them with our partner government offices, like take the case of our licensed domestic workers, licensed teachers as domestic workers, pwede ho natin silang bigyan ng permanent plantilla items, whereas our skilled workers can be linked to our PPP or the build program of our government. So major construction companies are being tapped to provide employment to our skilled workers. So yung mga trainings po ay kahit kung matagal na ho sila dito, they can avail of it. Recently, we likewise crafted a new livelihood. This is what we call tulong puso. This is tulong pangkabuhayan para sa samahan ng OFWs. So aside from the individual livelihood, we likewise provide group livelihood. Ano? So ang mga OFWs na isang community ay magsama-sama, ipaparegister lang ho natin sila as a OFW group or association with the Department of Labor and Employment, at mabibigyan pa rin sila ng mas malaki. Ano? If we compare it to the individual livelihood, this is, should I say, beyond compare, because a maximum availment can up to 1 million pesos ang pwede nilang ma-avail. Depende po sa dami. So pag 5 members can avail a maximum of 150,000 pesos. Tapos pag dumadami ho yung member, up to a maximum of 1 million pesos can be availed. So basically, they can put up their own, no longer sari-sari store, ano? But perhaps mini groceries, refilling stations, drugstores, pwede na ho silang mag-engage. Ito po yung tulong puso na it was approved recently by the Board of Trustees that can be implemented. Ongoing po yung implementation mo nito. So kahit po yung mga matatagal po, pwede hong mag-submit ng project proposal.
Thank you so much, Director Roel. That was very informative that we could share it to our workers. Thank you so much for explaining that well. But anyways, Director, how is the business as usual of OWWA?
Yes, ma'am. Currently right now, we are providing still with our welfare assistance. Lahat po ng mga umuwing OFWs ay binibigyan ng karampatang assistance. I mean, transportation, of course, pati po yung hotel accommodation, including free flights or transportation going to their provinces. Kagaya ng sinabi natin, halos 350,000 na po ang na-monitor na ho natin nakabalik sa kanilang mga probinsya. At yun nga, when they arrive in their provinces, that's the time that we can provide them with the needed reintegration programs that we are doing right now. So po pwede na ho silang mag-avail because we have 17 regional offices that can assist them in their reintegration needs. So business as usual, sa dami ho ng umuwing OFWs ay ginagawa pa rin natin sa OWWA ang lahat ng makakaya po natin para maasistehan ang ating mga returning overseas Filipinos.
Thank you for that, Director Roel. Before we ask you for your message, for your final message, I'd like to ask, Ramil, do you have other questions for Director Roel?
Meron pa pong last question ako, ma'am.
Sige lang, go ahead.
Sir Roel, kaya po ako talaga umuwi dahil meron po akong isang anak na special child. Ang kanya pong kalagayan is ESD po siya, autism spectrum disorder. So bilang dependent po niya, ano po ang maitutulong niyo po para po sa aking anak? Mayroon po ba kayong maitutulong sa aking anak?
Sige sir, actually ka-text ko na kanina yung ating reintegration officer diyan sa Region 2. So kukunin ko yung detalye, mas maganda kasi makita, ma-evaluate ng mas maigi yung kalagayan po ninyo At syempre kailangan makita ho natin yung mga requirements that we need to submit kung sakasakaling may appropriate na assistance na po pwede hong maibigay po sa inyo. So, kailangan po makuha po yung contact number, contact details nyo po para agad-agad maabisuhan ko yung ating personnel dyan sa Region 2 para ma-assistahan po kayo kagad doon sa concern nyo about your dependent, yung dependent mo na anak, ano?
Alright, so happy ka na? Okay na, Ramil? Wala ka ng question? Last na yon?
Okay na po. Masaya na po ako, ma'am.
Masaya ka na. Importante, masaya ka. So, thank you so much. That ends our discussion. Thank you so much, Director Roel Martin and ang ating OFW na si Kois Ramil.
Director Roel, do you have message? Do you have a New Year message? Would you like to say something to our migrant workers who are still abroad, who are still working abroad, also to OFWs who have gone back to the Philippines for good, and likewise for us recruitment agency practitioners? May New Year message ka po ba?
Yes, ma'am. I just would want to inform our returning overseas Filipinos that there is a government that provides them with the needed assistance, especially welfare, including reintegration programs and services being offered to them. And we likewise extend our gratitude to PASEI for conducting such activities, for reaching our returning overseas Filipinos, particularly those who have arrived here in the Philippines. Marami ho tayong mga programa. Siguro mas magandang i-promote ho namin ang aming website, pareho po ng OWWA at NRCO, pati po yung Facebook page po natin para malaman ho nila ang ating mga programa na binibigay sa ating mga OFWs. At halos lahat or lahat naman po ay libre para sa ating mga OFWs dahil yun po ang mandato ng ating opisina na tulungan ang ating mga returning overseas Filipinos. Maraming salamat po.
Alright, thank you so much, Director Roel and Ramil. Matutuwa si Jay kasi medianoche na at makakasama namin ang aming kasamahan sa PASEI, the Board of Directors of PASEI. So, stay with us and we'll be right back.
Dayo Buhay OFW would like to thank
Welcome back! Alam niyo po, mamaya pa po talagang gabi ang medianoche. Pero po, we will do it here and now with our special guests, the board directors of PASEI. So girls, please take it away and introduce our special guests.
Yes, it's my honor to welcome President of Globefield Manpower Services Incorporated, Attorney Nestor Tolentino.
Hi! Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! Also joining us is the President of Core Team Manpower Services Incorporated, is Miss Julie Inso.
Hello! Happy and prosperous New Year to all!
Also joining us today is the President of All Seasons Manpower International Incorporated, is Director Susana Virtus.
Hello everyone!
Hi! Happy New Year!
2020 and welcome 2021. Happy New Year!
Joining us as well today is the gorgeous and forever young Chairwoman of PASEI and likewise President of Mabuhay Personal Management Services Inc., Miss Edwina Beach. Hi, Tita Doines!
Manigong bagong taon sa lahat!
Happy New Year to you! And of course, the Superwoman President of PASEI and President of Peridot International Resources Inc., Miss Raquel Bracero.
Hi everyone! Manigong bagong taon or Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! Welcome! Also joining us is the President of NYD International Placement Agency Incorporated and Treasurer of PASEI, Ms. Rowena Paragas. Hi,
Hello
Red!
everyone! Hello, Kay! Welcome 2021! Have a blessed New Year!
Joining us also is the President of Health Carousel Philippines Inc., Ms. Connie De La Cruz. Hi, Connie!
Hello. Happy New Year, everyone.
So welcome everyone to our show. Alam nyo, 2020 has been such a difficult year with the pandemic and with the lockdowns and with the financial difficulties that, you know, our businesses, our OFWs, and generally everyone has been going through. But, you know, sabi nga, there's always a silver lining. And tama na yung mga negative. So, I would like to invite our special guests, kayo po lahat, to complete this sentence with me. 2020, I thank you for blank. And then 2021, I wish blank. So, let's
Kanino
start.
tayo mag-uumpisa?
Kanino kaya tayo mag-umpisa? Sino tayo?
Alright, so I think we will start with Attorney Nestor Tolentino kasi siyang nag-iisang lalaki sa grupo.
Parang ako.
Parang ikaw.
Tinik sa mga roses.
Tinik sa mga roses.
Nag-iisang tinik sa mga namumulaklak.
Okay, for 2020, thank you for the blessing that you have given us and to the life that we enjoy in spite of the pandemic and lockdown. And for 2021, I wish and hope for a better future of all mankind. And that this pandemic, COVID-19 virus, can be cured and eliminated around the world. That is my wish for 2021.
Maraming salamat po. Maraming salamat, attorney. Para sabi ni attorney, salamat at buhay pa ako. 2020, salamat at buhay pa ako. At yung
Salamat at buhay pa
diba?
tayong lahat.
I think we should be thankful about our lives, di ba?
Tama yan yung negative. Okay,
sino
how
sunod?
about Director Julie Inso?
Hello. 2020, I thank you for all the learnings, for all the enlightenments and survival on all these trials that came our way. And for 2021, I wish for, of course, more blessings, of course, continuous abundance and protection for all of us.
Ganda naman nun.
Good. Yeah.
Parang sagot ni Miss Congeniality, di ba? World peace.
Next! Sino next?
Yes, how about Director Susana?
Well, 2020 was a very difficult year for all of us. But I am very thankful that all of these difficulties, a lot of learnings came in. Like, for example, family bonding. I am so thankful that everybody, all of my family and my friends and my workers are in good health. No one is sick. So, very thankful for that. Thank you very much. And I only have one wish for 2021. It's a normal life that we can go on, our normal businesses. And I hope that everybody can survive with this pandemic. This is very simple. Go on with our lives. Thank you very much.
Okay, Director West naman. What is your wish and what's your 2020 message?
Remaining days of this year, 2020, is leaving us with good and bad memories despite of lot of challenges given to us. But of course, I want to be still thankful. I know how hard it was, but one thing is certain for me: God is always with us. He taught us to stand together, all these uncertainties, appreciate each other, helping one another, and responsible to play a significant role in combating this pandemic. Hope and positivity is the thing that we learn, the act of online empathy, and also the spirit of our resilience and the camaraderie among Filipinos who win against all the forces that try to bring the whole world down. And for 2021, We wish to an even better year full of promises, a fresh year and a fresh life.
Thank you for your inspiring message, Wet.
Yes, and then how about Director Connie?
All right. Thank you, Joanne. So 2020, I thank you for all the blessings and all the learnings that the pandemic brought to us. We know that this experience, the experience that we had in this year 2020, has been character building for all of us. And my wish for 2021 is that all the setbacks that we experienced in 2020 will be our setup for our comeback in 2021. So better for everyone, much better for everyone in all aspects, healthier and more success and goodwill to everyone, especially in PASEI family.
Thank you for that, Connie. That's a fantastic message. Thank you to all the directors who gave their messages for 2020 and wishes for 2021. When we come back, we will hear from the rest of the directors of PASEI. We'll be right back.
Dayo Buhay OFW would like to thank
And now it's our turn to complete the sentence. For 2020, I am actually thankful for our perfect health and love of family and friends, most importantly. And for 2021, I actually wish for world peace with what's happening all over the world. And likewise, abundance in all its forms. Abundance in relationships, opportunities, love, friendships, happiness. Jay, ikaw naman, anong wish mo?
Ako ba? Okay. For 2020, and this may be a little bit weird, but 2020, I thank you for all the trouble and all the trials, because through it, we have learned so much and we have become stronger because of it. And for 2021, I just wish all of you love.
Wow, ang serious naman.
Diba?
Okay.
I just wish you love.
Idol na talaga kita.
Love is patient, love is kind, love is not envious or boastful.
Whatever.
Hindi ko natatapusin kasi mahaba yun.
Yes, okay. Ako naman, I am so thankful for 2020 that we are all healthy, we are COVID-free, and most of all, God has showered us continually with the blessings, and that we were able to open new businesses in the midst of the pandemic. And I wish for 2021 na makabawi more and perfect health for my family, world peace, and love also.
Talagang Miss Congeniality.
Talagang we're all loving.
Copy-paste.
Copy-paste.
Yeah, kasi love and world peace and good health.
Tapos syempre, hindi magiging kumpleto to kung hindi natin iimbitahin yung dalawang pinaka-importanteng babae.
Of course, the pillars of the industry.
Yes. So let's now hear from our chairperson, Miss Edwina Beach. Go ahead.
Of course, you said it all. However, same as you guys, but most of all, even with the pandemic, I thank you to the 2020. I thank you. I thank the year 2020 for giving us all of the privileges, the love, in spite of. However, also, 2020 has put us all together, not only our families, even us in PASEI. If you will notice, we have become closer. We have thought of good things for our members, for families, for everybody. So that is 2020. Now for 2021, all I wish is better year. A year that will give us more opportunities to be able to help our citizens, to be able to give jobs better, faster, and of course, I wish for abundance for the Philippines. Salamat po.
We're all looking forward to a better 2021. President Raquel, your turn.
Yes, okay. Number one, I thank the Lord for the gift of life, not only for me, but also for my family and to the whole world in spite of the pandemic. Number two, in spite of the pandemic, we are still here. Yes, we experienced hardship, but then the bonding of the family was the most important that happened in 2020 because we became more closer to each other. And not only that, with the technology, we become closer to our families who are far from us. And also, like the PASEI Board of Directors, members of PASEI, and all other or our friends, we have been together through Zoom, and we learn each other through the technology. And another I'm thankful is we went to the basics, wherein the Lord had taught us that, hey, masyado ho kayong mabilis sa buhay. Kalma lang. That's why marami po sa atin bumalik po at naging closer kay Lord. Kaya maraming salamat, Lord, for giving us the opportunity for having 2020 at nalagpasan po namin with flying colors. And for 2021, tatlong words ang i-wish ko. One is good health. Second is love. Third is peace. And also, I wish that everyone and each one of us will still remember what happened to 2020, because 2020 is a big learning to all of us. So I wish everyone for happy life and more blissful life after this very hard or pandemic that we have experienced. So welcome 2021 with open arms and with all our prayers. Thank you and Happy New Year to all of us.
Sabi nga sa Bible, faith, hope, and love, these three abide, but the greatest of these is love. Thank you, Tita Raquel. But so we will close 2020 with a toast. At syempre po, ayan, ibibigay ko kasi po, napansin nyo ako yung bartender dito. No? So, 2020, I promised my kids that I will be healthy because I'm getting old. So, I have milk. For my daughter, ano po ito? Almond milk ang binigay sa akin. So, actually, milk is very healthy. It's full of calcium. It promotes weight loss na kailangan ko pong gawin. It provides energy. Bakit nyo ba naisip na ang bata ay gatas ang binibigay habang bata pa sila? Galing no? Because it's very nutritious. It has all the nutrients, yes. So parang pag nagse-second childhood ka na, kailangan mo raw ng milk.
Malapit
second
na.
phase.
Yan na nga yan. Alright. Ako naman, I would defend my red wine. Pero nagmukha akong bad girl dito.
Siya yung lasinggera.
Sa ating tatlo, nagmukha akong bad girl, but I will defend my red wine because it has its own share of goodness and a lot of good benefits. So it reduces the risk of cancer. It reduces the risk of depression. It gives you a healthy heart. And it's very full of antioxidants. Yes.
Yeah.
But we have to drink this in moderation. 1 glass per day.
Really? 1 glass
One
lang?
glass lang.
Yes.
Pwede bang 2?
Pwede rin 1 bottle.
1 or 2.
Ako naman, I have pineapple juice.
Yan.
Pineapple juice is rich in vitamin C to keep us away from COVID and all the viruses there. Okay, we want to stay true to our word, especially Jay's request that we have to keep healthy for the coming year. Our PASEI directors are also drinking healthy stuff, I hope. Yes, they are.
But before we toast, as we say goodbye to 2020, we would like to thank all of our sponsors and our supporters for this show.
Alright, reminder po, our new episode stream every Thursday. And if you want to watch our previous episodes, you can watch it by logging into our Facebook account at pasei.com.
We raise our glasses to salute our OFWs, past and present, our government leaders, leaders of PASEI, members of PASEI, and of course, all Filipinos. Happy New Year, everyone!
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Thank you. Thank you, 2020. And welcome, 2021. This is Dayo Buhay OFW. Cheers! Cheers, everyone! Cheers! Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Uminom kayo. Uy, ang sarap nito. Sandali po.
Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!